Happy New Year, YouTube. I ring a monk at you. The newest bell I've purchased for my wife. One of my subscribers who doesn't comment all that often, though I appreciate it when people subscribe, and even if they don't comment, commented yesterday that he felt today, that I was being too negative. That I wasn't enjoying the growth that, the world has experienced and I have myself have experienced, and I was being just too down. Someone else commented that I was being pedantic curmudgeon, and frankly, that's not a bad description of me, pedantic curmudgeon. And it is true. There are many times when I'm not as upbeat as I'd like to be. I try to be. It doesn't always succeed. But I've made a fairly decent growth arc since December 31st, 2012, which is, I'm filming this on Tuesday, so that it will upload at midnight. I am essentially no longer depressed. Doesn't mean that I don't get moments of depression, we all do, but I don't go into depressive states as I used to. I do not find myself in that dark spiral that just pushes me down and down and down and down and down. And my anxiety is much less, and I have much better control over it. It's not perfect. I'm still working on this, and every time I go see my therapist, I have an entire 3x5 index card full of things I need to talk about. And I'm happy about being where I am as far as a position of growth. I've grown a whole lot in a year. I'm just much happier than I was. I'm able to be happy in a way that I wasn't in the past, because there's less negative things in my head, so there's more space for the positive things. And that was actually a terrifying process for me, because if you get rid of all that negative, I wondered what was going to replace it. Would it be worse? And that's the anxiety talking. It hasn't been worse. It has been better. But the anxiety works like that. The anxiety is very conservative, because better the devil you know. But the reality is, you don't need a devil at all. But there are times when it's still not easy to be positive because of the world at large. I have a list of video ideas, the majority of which are all rather depressing, because they deal with things like economic inequality, civil liberties that have been violated or have been suppressed, the abuse of people, rampant government corruption, rampant corruption in the private sector, injustice, social inequality. These are all topics I take dear to heart, and I talk about them here regularly because they mean so much to me. And I try to throw in the positive occasionally. I try to mix things up. So every other day I try to do something different. This week's been a little different because I've been on vacation since the 20th. So my regular schedule has been a little thrown off, and I'm okay with that. And I'll probably put up another video along with this one today, just in case those are people who really don't want to listen to somebody vlog. And I can understand that. There are times I don't want to listen to people vlog either. But I'm better off today than I was a year ago. And for that, I am eternally grateful. And I've found cool stuff. And I've spoken to cool people. And I've made some new acquaintances. And I've become better friends with some of the people I love. So it's better than it was. And if I don't always seem upbeat, it's because a lot of the things I have to talk about aren't upbeat. And I fight online every day against social conservatives and regressives and haters and trolls. Sometimes it takes a toll. Trolls are like that. But it is New Year's Day, and we should all be happy. So, again, Happy New Year. Take out your monk and shake it.